Hey, what's up? Where's my glasses? It's Dr. Frank Cottle without his glasses. Have you ever seen Superman without his cape on? He looks a lot like Clark Kent. Have you seen Clark Kent with a cape on and some tights on? He looks a lot like Superman. All right, so I got some alter egos. All right, this is what's going on. This morning, instead of playing guitar, practicing "Ain't No Sunshine" and Plush and golly, it was such a Plush, Rainy Day Women. What's that to practice? Ain't No Sunshine, Plush, Rainy Day Women, House of the Rising Sun, and Ain't No Sunshine, Plush, House of the Rising Sun. And She Does Not Stop For Me. I got a couple of originals I had to put together. She Does Not Stop For Me, and I got to practice up on this one Indian Road Jazzy. Instead of doing all that, I've been up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go try to shoot what I was working on then. Levity and the basic concept of absolute mathematics. See, you heard of sacred geometry, right? This is over that. You heard of supreme mathematics? That was some very high to highfalutin stuff. This is over that. There's someone on here where I posted a link where it says the Immaculate Conception concept. It says that there's a post on here that says that a quantum physicist explains how everything is happening at once. I don't think I read the article, but I already know that, and the other people need to read that so they get on page 1. All right, so we're going to go over this levity and the basic concept of absolute mathematics, and $, capital S, Swain, capital G, Griffin. Yeah, that's my hashtag. That's my Cash App. That's somebody send me some money. I'll be doing it. I might go on to something else unless somebody reminds me with a couple of dollars that they want to hear for me to finish this. I'll be playing guitar. I'll be doing all kinds of stuff. I gotta take time out there. It just came to me, this little part. So, and all of this stuff I'm going to put together in the Grimoire Dollar eventually. If somebody give me enough money so I can take the time to take 3 months, 4 months off to write that blessed book, then I ain't got to play it. And 4th of July, because after 4th of July, it'd be hard to get money on the street. But I can probably still catch videos. So, but I need to take time to be able to write to Grimoire Dalit. I guess now it's that time. All right, levity and the basic mathematics, basic concept of absolute math. Levity, a noun. Humor or frivolity, especially the treatment of a serious matter with humor, or in a matter lacking due respect. Humor, merriment, or lack of seriousness, especially when inappropriate, a subject that should not be treated with levity. Archaic Inconstancy, changeableness. Archaic, the state or quality of being light. Buoyancy. All right, so that's the definition of levity. All right, so come up with levity is the cardinal sin. Levity is the basis of cosmic comedy. Consciousness is levity is the basis of the cosmic conscious. Is the basis of the cosmic consciousness of the cosmic consciousness. Cosmic comedy. Consciousness has chosen to express itself as spirit. Is the basis through which. Oh yeah, I do some editing on this. THRO, which. This articulation of thought and ideas is what's actually creating my physical reality. Whatever the mind believes and conceives is creating my reality now. What was I gotta say? Whatever the mind believes and conceives. Whatever the mind believes and conceives. I've updated that thing so much. It's through which THROUG. You know what I mean. What actually is happening is that I got that on. Let me finish. I'm not going to THRO through. All right, updating the sheet, the document. Levity is the cardinal sin. Yeah, Because look at all this divinity, the Immaculate Conception. You know what? Let's go ahead and try to do something fun with this. Like this, but it's a levity involved. That's the basis of cosmic consciousness. That's why God has jokes for your arse. Yes. All right. So levity is the cardinal sin. Levity is the basis through which cosmic comity consciousness has chosen to express itself as physical reality. The mathematics of levity are absolute. The first joke of the Immaculate Conception, we just discussed, is now. Because everything is... All right, hold on. All right. For the Immaculate Conception is all that is, and to differentiate all that is from that which I choose to experience, I am creating physical reality and using the terminal of my human being to experience the creation that I am. Ask the quantum physics guy if you don't understand this stuff. Ask an 8-year-old if you don't understand the quantum physics guy. All right. Absolute. Adjective. Not qualified or diminished in any way. Total. 2. Viewed or existing independently and not in relation to other things. Not relative or comparative. Noun. Philosophy. A value or principle which is regarded as universally valid or which may be viewed without relation to other things. 1. Unqualified in extent or degree. Total, absolute silence. Not limited by restrictions or exceptions. An absolute right. Being fully such, utter, and absolute fool. Unconstrained by constitutional or other provisions. An absolute ruler. Not mixed, pure, absolute oxygen, not to be doubted or questioned, positive, absolute proof. Grammar, of or relating to or being a word, phrase, or construction that is isolated systematically from the rest of a sentence, as the referee having finally arrived. In the referee having finally arrived, the game began. All right, this one I had to look up, I had to look into, because the sentence, the absolute part, as the referee having finally arrived. That's the absolute part, after the referee having finally, and in this sentence, the game began. Because the absolute, and then something like that. Of or relating to being a transitive verb when its object is implied but not stated. For example, inspires. In, we have a teacher who inspires is an absolute verb. Okay? Something like it's a concept. It's some kind of equation in there. Other people get it real good. I get it like this: of or relating to or being an adjective or pronoun that stands alone when the noun it modifies is being implied but not stated. For example, theirs were the best. Theirs is an absolute pronoun and best is an absolute adjective. Physics. Of or relating to measurements or units of measurement derived from fundamental units of length, mass, and time. Relating to absolute temperature, low, complete, and unconditional, final, and absolute divorce. Noun, something that is absolute. Absolute philosophy, something regarded as the ultimate and transcendent basis of all thought and being, used with the. The is defined as to that extent. Something regarded as exceeding or transcending everything else to that point of being independent and unrelated. Mathematics. Noun. The abstract science, number, quantity, and space. Mathematics may be studied in its own right, pure mathematics, or as it is applied to other disciplines such as physics and engineering. Applied mathematics. A taste for mathematics. The mathematical aspects of something. All right. The study of the measurements, properties, and relationships of quantities and sets using numbers 0 through 9 and symbols according to their denominations in algebra, calculus, physics, geometry, and so forth. All right. So, and these definitions, Google definition, the word with definition, Google that, copy, paste. And then I have a sympathetic sweet spot for the American Heritage Dictionary because I'm an American. The primordial concept of the universal constant is expressed in the simple point 1a. Point 1a is the basis on which all absolute mathematics is built. And see that right there? That is the point 1a. All right. Now, the solution to every absolute mathematical equation is here and now. All other mathematics derive their solution from what is here and now. In absolute math, the time-space continuum is the solution and sum total of that which is thought or considered to exist. The use and practice of absolute mathematics is what is creating apparent reality for humanity. To understand what I am being and to create more precisely what I prefer, continue reading. The premise of absolute math is as simple as its symbol reflects. At one point, everything begins. That'd be the top point. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. That right there. That's the point at which everything begins. Right above my finger. That's the point at which everything begins. It's how you read the symbol. This solves the beginning and ending of a circle riddle. There is a point which expands upon itself in expression. This is the beginning of all creation. A three-dimensional point is a sphere, and from a sphere, every circle can be conceived here and now. A circle begins when and where I consider it to be so. Thus is the practice of absolute mathematics. From the consideration of a point, I can consider a line through infinity. Upon considering a line, I can get the perspective of 2 points. The beginning and the end of the line, the front and the back, and the left side and the right side, okay, and form an opinion that one line has 2 directions, and either of these directions could begin or end at some point. Because I can conceive of 2 perspectives, I can postulate a third. There's a here and there's a there. There's somewhere else. That's what trigonometry is all about. Conceiving of 3 points is or can be viewed as an instance of first contact. Because, so you got 2 points. It's first contact. The point is a point. And you got a segment. A line and a segment. We're just progressing from there. Once you have 3 points, hold on, let me see. Because conceiving of 3 points is or can be viewed as an instance of first contact when these points are presented as a triangle. Knowing that I am all that is, I can consider myself as 3 independent points connected in some way and in some form. Okay, so I don't have to explain that anymore. No, break that down. That's just how it is. I place geometric progression upon this idea that it may simplify my life, generating more of what I prefer unless I would passively resist in order to maintain my personal integrity. Because you have to allow all that is to be all that is. You can't pick and choose what you like and what you don't like. However, to maintain personal integrity, the demarcation line, the point 1a is a demarcation line on the face of existence. You passively resist. You allow. However, the skin passively resists, like the color of my skin passively resists a lot of other colors, so that the only color that is seen is the brown color. It doesn't disallow. It passively resists the entire spectrum of light in order to allow what it prefers, this light. It's absolute mathematics. I can't tell if it's not now, it's here and now. That's what the hell it is. You can't agree that here and now is here and now. I have to talk to someone else who has a little more basis in reality or understanding. Consideration, opinion, perspective, and postulate are the tools of imagination I use to create my experience of apparency or physical reality here and now. This is absolute math. For if it were not so, I would not have an apparency or physical reality to experience. This is the cardinal sin of levity as it applies to absolute math. That is simply that. And yeah, I could go on. I could go on. But I probably will on my own, but I'm not sure about the time space continuum when I'm gonna do it. Hey, you throw me a couple of dollars my way, I'm sure I finish this out and come up with and solve a lot of different theories. We just solved the theory of the riddle of the circle. Where does the circle end and where does it begin? It begins when I see it, when I consider it's a circle. That's where it begins. That's where it ends. You can pick any point in there, and because it was all the point from the beginning. All right, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole, but what actually appears in physiological reality, what you see, what you experience, what you see, even the things that you don't experience, because your experience is the only thing that's real, because the physical reality may be one thing, but the ideas and thoughts in your head, the considerations, opinions, perspectives, and postulates that you're shooting around in your head, that's what you're experiencing. Considerations, opinions, perspectives, and postulates. And regular math can describe and define and quantify the things that you actually experience. The ideas that you actually experience, or the state and nature of the chair, the table, the lights, everything else that you experience. That's what every other math is for. But in order to create the reality that you prefer, we have absolute mathematics, because the solution to everything, the absolute math, is now. So from where we are, and if we want some place to be now, like is basically what it is. I'm here and now in my bedroom. If I want to be in a Lamborghini Countach, a 1987 Lamborghini Countach, so I could pretend like I'm driving in and got that on the movie Back to the Future, there'd be some kind of way I'd have to get the money in order to make that stuff happen. So there's some points in the absolute now that I have to milestones or mile markers in the absolute now out of the Immaculate Conception that I have to line up in order to experience the now that I'm creating for myself. And so, first thing I had to do is come up with $400,000 in order to buy the Lamborghini. So you get the money, then you got to find the guy that's selling one, and then you got to go over there and get it, and then you're gonna have to register that joint with DMV and all kinds of. But from here to there, I could get there. All I have to do is the simple math. The simple math is the physical things I have to use my body, the tool that my consciousness must use in order to experience the things that it wants to experience. So the simple math would be working and saving up my money, or flipping real estate houses, or knocking over a goddamn armed robbery bank. No, we can't say that because goddamn Facebook has like guidelines. But there's all kinds of ways to make money in order to get to things, but you got to get to do the things that you got to do. Like, absolute math question, simple one. I want eggs for breakfast. There are no eggs in my refrigerator. 2 milestones, or 2 markers, or 2 points. Maybe I have a refrigerator and I have eggs. And there's a store down the street. We got the money. We'll go get to the store, get some eggs tonight. Wake up in the morning, and we'll have breakfast with eggs. The simple math is getting my ass out of the bed tonight so that I can have to get the eggs and bring them back here so I can have them for tomorrow morning. That's when we have breakfast. These are all various different points, and the way that we align these things up in order to create the now, where I'm eating breakfast with eggs, and it's delicious. The simple math, and then you have to scramble the eggs. You get somebody to do the scrambling. That's here and now is the solution to every absolute mathematical equation. Here and freaking now. Simple. And so, in order for you to, all you have to do is decide where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do in life, and then follow the steps of the simple mathematics in order to get there. Now, the style of the simple mathematics, or however you want to do the simple math, however you want to implement the simple mathematics, look, man, there's all kinds of ways in order to get from A to B. There's many ways to skin a cat. What we want to have at the end of the day on job is skin a cat, and we prefer this cat to be like completely skinned and not with like any fuzzy stuff on there. So we probably have to, do some real precise and delicate, intricate work in order to skin this cat and make it all smooth and baby bottom like. You could shave the cat with a razor, but then but when you got like feathers on a chicken or something like that, I think you got to boil those things off. You can poke the feathers and you got to boil the feathers. I don't know how they get to skin the feathers because there's like hair when you take off. You never boiled the kid. Anyway, I haven't done it in a long time. I only did it once because my man shot a pheasant or a duck or something, and we wanted duck meat, so we didn't shoot it just to stay and have something to shoot because we had a gun and we were outside playing and we shot some. Well, there's a duck. Shucks, we eat that. Shucks, let's try that out. And so, but absolute math, levity. Did I say levity? Because if you don't believe God has jokes, if you don't believe something's funny is going on here, maybe you need to go back to the programming where you're just inside the time-space continuum deciding what everything is, rather than outside the time-space continuum using absolute math to create things. Maybe inside the bubble is better for you than being outside the bubble. If you don't think anything's funny is going on, enjoy yourself. It's all about having fun anyway. Follow your joy and your bliss. Something like that. How blissful can this be? Interesting question. Or even better. A better question. How blissful can I have it now? Hold on. They haven't. This is just the beginning of the concept of levity and the mathematics. And I do stand-up comedy, so I'm supposed to be getting back on stage pretty soon. So I have to get a new pair of glasses. The ones, man, they're broke, and I gotta use duct tape. You see my picture? It's got duct tape on the side for the glasses. Anyway, that's everything. Good morning, peace.